Hey there, my name is Yami. I am your Latina next door. Welcome back to mi casa. We have been living in our home for a few months now. However, there is a huge list of things that we are still finishing up, rooms that still need their finishing touches, and of course, a laundry list of items that I still want to bring in to my home in order to decorate it and give it my style. I love being inspired by high-end stores in order to decorate my home, but as you all know, I love me a good deal. And so today I'm going to be sharing several items that I bought at my local thrift stores and then giving them a facelift in order to suit my home decor style. My style has been evolving throughout these years, and I need to bring in new items like this small little vase in order to add more interest and, of course, decorate my home. I found this for only $2 at my local Goodwill, and the first thing I'm going to do is wipe it down, of course, and then I am going to paint it with some black matte spray paint. One of the places that I love getting inspiration from is, of course, Pottery Barn. They really do have some of the best looking home decor items, in my opinion. However, they're just out of my price range. So I saw these beautiful rustic brown vases, and I thought this would be the perfect little vessel in order to kind of practice this technique and see if I can duplicate it on here. So I decided to take some brown paint and just kind of mix the different colors that I had on hand. These are the Debbie's Design Diary paints that are clay based. And so I just mixed them up until I got my desired color. And then with a brush, as you see here, just go over it very lightly. Of course, I can always add more, but I did start off kind of light because I didn't know exactly how it would look on here. And then I just kept applying more and more in order to get the right look as well as coverage that I was looking for. It took me a little while to get the look that I was going for, but I finally made it. And then after everything was nice and dry, I went over it with clear wax in order to seal everything and give it a little bit more of a shiny pottery look. As you can see, adding the wax makes the color a lot more richer and deeper. And then all that's left is to let it cure overnight. And then the following day, you just basically buff it with a soft cloth and it's just perfect and ready to use. I ordered these stems from Amazon and I was pleasantly surprised at how pretty they were, and I thought this vase was absolutely perfect for them. Also, I will have any links for any items that I can get links for you all that I may be using in this video today down in the description box below. And I do apologize for my big old shoulder in the way. I had no idea that that's what you were seeing when I was recording. But here is how this project turned out. Now for my next thrifted find. I don't know if you recall, but I did share these a while back. I had found these at my local Goodwill and I got the pair for only $3.99, which made each one of them $2. And these are just absolutely beautiful. And even though they have this little ring right here, I'm assuming that they're pillowcases because they have zippers in the back exactly, to put a pillowcase in. But it's always so nice when you find something so unique and so well made and in such good shape, especially when embroidered brand new pieces at high-end stores are upwards of $60, $70 a piece. And here these are only two. So all I did was wash them, air dry them so that they would not get damaged, and as you saw, iron them in order to give them that crisp look again. And I didn't even bother to remove the old cushion covers, which by the way are DIY Pottery Barn dupes that I also recreated in the past. Now for this next thrift flip, I'm going to be using these two oval mirrors. I bought these at an antique store a while ago, and they're actually plastic. However, I love the size and I love the frames, and I thought I can, make them look a lot better. I don't plan on using them as mirrors right now, but I do not plan on like throwing those mirrors away in case I do change my mind in the future. I want to put some artwork in it, and here is what I came up with. Now, I do want these to be gold. However, the gold that was originally painted on these frames was very flat and one-noted, and it wasn't really doing anything for the plastic material that it was made out of. So I gave them both one coat of flat black paint. So I brought them back in once they were dry and I began to apply antique gold rub and buff. And as you can see here, I'm just using a cheap old brush in order to do this. Now, while I went heavy on the face of the frame, I did go lighter on the actual intricate design portion of it. Now, I don't want to cover it completely. I do want some of that black to shine through. Doing this gives it more depth, makes it look more high end. It does really look like it's made out of wood instead of just plastic doing this. And of course, it just gives it an overall better look. So that's what I'm doing here. Now, once I was happy with how they looked, I put those aside to cure and then I printed out a couple of art prints from Etsy. I purchased these and I just printed them on my printer and I used cardstock, so it's a little bit thicker than regular paper. Next, I took a pencil and the mirrors that came with the frames and used the mirrors in order to trace out the area that I wanted to cut out to fit inside of the gold frame. And next, I cut out the oval shapes. Now, before I can use these, I wanted to try another step, and this is something that I've seen done online many times, and I wanted to try it out myself. Basically, it's using Mod Podge in order to make a regular print that you print out at home on your computer look like an oil painting, and you're supposed to lay it on pretty thick. And so then I just applied Mod Podge all over the print, and I use different techniques in order to achieve different textures for some of the different areas of the actual print. And I'm hoping that that gives it even more depth and make it a little bit more believable. Now, I will say that once this did dry, it did look 10 times better than just a flat print on some cardstock. I highly recommend doing this technique for anything that you print out like this for your walls. You can definitely see the texture and it gives this glossy texture to the paper as well that makes it look like an oil painting. It's hard to capture on camera, but I'll do my best to share. Of course, the only thing left to do was to put all of the frames back together, and I did put the mirrors back in the actual frame, even though I'm using it with the hydrangea images. Now I'm just putting it in there so that I don't lose these mirrors and they're nice and tight and secure inside of the frame. Instead of finding a place to actually store them, just put them back in even though you're not using them. Now, this next one was a really lucky score as well. I found this lamp at my local Goodwill for only $7.99. You can see how large it is with my hand to the right of it. It honestly was in good condition. I liked the color on it. It just needed to be wiped down really good, and I needed to get a lampshade, and that was it. The last project is this large pedestal bowl that I found at a local Goodwill as well. It was giving early 2000s Kirkland's home with that gold. However, I did like the shape and the size, and it was really solid. It only cost me $3.09, so it was a really good deal. It just had this one little piece that was knocked off, and I needed to repair it. So I got this little kit and I just got a small little piece, mixed up the two ingredients that were already in there, and all I had to do was stick it on, and then later on, after it's dry, sand it off. And of course, that's exactly what I did after it was nice and cured. Since this was a small area, I used a simple sanding block. So the first thing I did was take some black paint and try to kind of color match the rest of the pedestal and try to cover it up. However, I decided to just take that black paint and paint the entire thing with it so it didn't look like it was patchy in this one area. Now, after I had covered the entire pedestal, it was time to do the top or the inside of the bowl. Now, at first, I went in and just like it was originally painted in two different colors, I thought I could kind of do the same thing, only use something that's not so loud because it might not look like it on camera, but it was really bright and really gold, the inside of this pedestal bowl. And I kind of wasn't feeling it. So I went in with a nice taupe color, thinking that it would look good. But honestly, I didn't like it at all. So while that dried and I tried to make up my mind on what to do on the inside of the bowl, I went ahead and began to work again on the outside. And I took some of that taupe color as well as some white wax and I kind of mixed it together and I began to apply it on the exterior of the pedestal. And I was going for something like these handcrafted ceramic vases from Pottery Barn. They're black, but they're also aged and they have a nice texture to them. And so I was kind of trying to achieve this by spreading out and kind of rubbing off and just making the wax and the paint mixture that I had created a little uneven throughout to give it that aged look as well. Now here's what the exterior looked like after it was done, and I was really liking how this turned out. So I decided to just do the same thing to the inside of the bowl. Now, at first, I was hesitant to make this a completely black bowl just because the darkness of it was going to feel so heavy in my mind. And, we're approaching spring, and I kind of wanted some nice lighter colors for some of my decor. But this does stand alone, and I think with the finish on the outside, making it look aged, it's not so dark and heavy that I can't use it all year round for different applications. So I was kind of happy that I went with it. Now you're probably thinking that it looks like a hot mess right now, and yes, it does. But after I applied the white wax, I went in with the dark wax and I was able to give it the same kind of finish as the exterior portion of the bowl. I did add a little bit more wax towards the edge of the bowl just to give it a little bit of extra definition there, but that was basically it, and I just let it cure overnight, and this is how it turned out. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below which one of these DIYs was your favorite. It's so nice to be back, and it really feels great to be creative again. I hope to slowly start getting my mojo back the more I do these projects. I'm glad to be here. Thank you all for being here as well, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, adios.